This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
Welcome back, everybody, to second quarter action here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Dan Gustard along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action on a chilly, windy night. We've had a little bit of rain early on, but it's dried up, but it's still like October weather.
I thought maybe the wind had died, and then I stepped out the press box here at halftime, and it's definitely still blowing. It's quite chilly out there tonight.
And we want to thank Pizza Plus for the excellent little dinner there we had it with the pizza and the subs.
Vikings kicking off here and back deep for Muskegon. Probably Kalen Brown, number 1 back there. I think that's him. We're waiting for him to turn his body just a little bit. Yep. They have tried to kick away from him.
But then you've got Lewis Richardson, number 22, and he is dangerous also. We'll see what Cole does here. Cole is going to angle it to the other side. What number is that?
Taken 13?
23, and he burst up the middle.
Nice return right there by Mr. Lewis, Jamichael.
All right. Yes, he's up to the 40-yard line. So
we did get an update here at halftime, Bill, at the Mesick game tonight where our other truck is. The Bulldogs are up 12-8 at halftime. And Lake City, who's one of our coverage teams, they're way down in Beale tonight, and they are up huge at halftime, 35-0.
Wow. They are for real.
So they're going to come away with that win. And Pine River was narrowly ahead last we heard.
There's a good pass there, but then drilled instantaneously by Alec Barszewski. That was Deontay Clark making the catch.
Yeah, Barszewski's going to make him think twice about making that catch again.
But doesn't Xavier have a nice release and a beautiful spiral, doesn't he? Reminds me a little bit of who was a quarterback? Trying to think, pro quarterback, left-handed thrower. Was it Michael Young or Vick?
Michael Vick?
Michael Vick. I think he threw left-handed.
He was the lefty.
Yeah.
A little mix-up here in the Viking backfield on that. But
there's a broken play, but coming out with it is
flag on the play, Bill.
Clark. There's a fumble.
And it's still squirting around. We'll have to see how this all gets sorted out.
We got a couple things going on here with the flag and the fumble. I don't know if this forward progress was stopped either, too.
Excuse me, everybody. I was talking with some of the Godwin Heights radio crew here, Bill, at halftime. They actually have about 7 different kids that have played quarterback up through the years in this group of athletes. And their number 1 quarterback was out for the season. So, early season injury for them. Sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
The play that we just were wondering about was actually a penalty against Godwin Heights. That was declined as the Vikings did recover and take over at the 50-yard line.
So, I'm not sure on the fumble recovery for the Vikings, but Tip Baker doesn't have anywhere to go, and he is taken down hard by big number 11. That's Terrence Moore, the junior. That's one of the few loss of yards by the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, well, maybe adjustment right there at halftime by the Muskegon coaching staff. That's a play that the Vikings had run quite successfully for most of the first half. We'll see if that was just a blocking assignment miss or an adjustment.
Platt in motion. Baker gives it off inside, and it's fumbled and it's picked up there by Kalen Brown. Brown is taken down at the 30-yard line by Tip Baker, but we had a flag also.
We did. Muskegon had many players up at the line of scrimmage that time, kind of dropped away from that 4-4 look, and we're looking to put a lot more pressure on the Viking offensive line. Penalties against the Vikings. I think it was signaled against Godwin Heights, but it was a penalty against the Vikings. They declined. And
so this happened in the first half where you had 2 fumbles back-to-back, just kind of switching.
Was that Clark that had that recovery?
Kalen Brown.
Kalen Brown.
Yeah. So 30-yard line is where the Fighting Wolverines will take over. And they really need to stick one in the end zone here right now to get back into the game and build some confidence too. Split out right. They got Trips to the right, and they've got Clark and Weems to the left.
5 receivers in this formation. Empty backfield.
There's a swing pass over to Clark. Clark dancing around, but then he's hit hard there by 42, Barshevsky again.
Short gain on that McDonald pass, just maybe about 2 yards.
You know, they just want to get the ball in the hands of Clark and let him do the work, and that was a nice open field tackle by Alec Barshevsky. There's 9:50 to go here in the third quarter. The Vikings up 21-6. You are watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Dan Gussert and Bill Dooley happy to bring you the action here on a Friday night. They've got running back is Clark next to Xavier McDonald. Xavier looking downfield.
He's going long.
He's got a receiver with a little bit too much strength under that throw.
Yeah, Barcheski was the safety on that. Slid over and was in good position, but he actually misplayed the length of that pass, and fortunately it was just a little too long.
He was well covered. You know, the Vikings.
He was by the D-back on that side. I couldn't see who that was.
Barshevsky was one of them. I don't know if it's the safety or the corner on that play, but who's lined up right now? Is that number 2? Oh, yeah, Noriega's.
Yeah, Noriega was right with him stride for stride. So 3rd and 7 here, Bill.
Do we have
got
a
quick
timeout? Okay, that might come back to get them here later on in the game. So we've got 21-6. We're going to mention our sponsors right now. Cadillac Casting, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, LC Materials, Douglas, and Pizza Plus. Our crew here tonight for 26 Sports is Wyatt Van Dynen as our director. Our replay and graphics is Isabeau Granados. Our camera work, Aiden Johnson, Gabby Long, and Bryce Emery. So great job by our crew tonight. And our sponsors, we want to just say thank you again for all you do for sports here in Cadillac.
Yeah, I did a little talking around up here in the booth see if we could figure out who had actually recovered the first fumble by the Godwin Heights team, and everybody said the same thing. We could not tell who it was. It was just a pileup of players, and they were all kind of behind the Viking bench. So we can't give credit to anybody. Sorry about that. Good shot of the crowd and the band right there. Nice job, camera crew.
3rd and 7. Xavier McDonald will take the snap out of the shotgun. Xavier looking down the middle with a nice pass. He's got a receiver. Touchdown! What a catch. I think that was Clark.
Yeah, that is number 4, DeMonte Clark, with that pass of 35 yards.
Oh, I'd love to get a replay of that one. And Vikings, boy, that was just a beautifully thrown pass there by Xavier. There was 2 receivers in the area. You could see Clark just separating a little bit with his speed, and he caught it in stride right in the back of the end zone. Now they're going to go for 2. We've got Clark this time taking the snap. Clark will run to the right, and he is snowed under there. Nope. And we've got, who do we have? Barshevsky and Ethan Pritchard on the tackle. So it is going to be 21-12 with 9:17 to go here in the third quarter. And who do we have for our player profile?
Bill? Well, I think we got one more senior here yet in the group to do.
Yes, we do.
Let's do Owen Klaus. Owen is player profile tonight. His parents are Katie and Jamie Klaus, with siblings Lucy and Colin. Besides football, Owen plays varsity lacrosse. Owen likes to volunteer and help out with the Pop Warner football program. In his spare time, he likes to work out and hang out with his friends. His favorite athlete, Bill, is way back from our day. The hair, Brian Bosworth. After high school, Owen would like to play college football and study wildlife biology, and maybe someday he'll be working with you.
That's right. Yeah, DNR, DEQ, one of the finest institutions.
National Parks Program. There's a lot you can do with that degree, Mr. Owen. Good luck with that.
Yes, and when he said Brian Bosworth, boy, I had to do a double take. I'm like, how did he even know who he was?
Yeah, I'm going to guess maybe through the ESPN specials. I know Bosworth was one of their 30 for 30 specials. I've seen that one just because, I grew up watching him play and the headlines that Brian Bosworth brought to the Oklahoma football program.
All right, the kickoff is a nice drive all the way back to the 10-yard line. That's Barshevsky. He's cutting over to the left. He makes it through the first. And he'll go down at the 25. Almost had his head taken off there.
That was not good fundamental tackling right there by the two Godwin Heights players there as they hit high and no wrap.
Yeah. And Barshevsky's hard to take down, too.
You
got to get him low and wrap him up.
Yeah. So 21-12, Vikings still with the lead here. Godwin Heights has scored early here in the third quarter.
Some of the other games going on tonight, we have TC West at Gaylord, and we have TC Central traveling over to Alpena in the Big North. Here's a fake handoff, and Baker will struggle for a yard or two, taken down by number 40. That is Jalen Reese.
Yeah, we don't have any updates on those two Big North Conference games, but we're trying to get those for you, and if we do, we'll pass them out here on the air with you.
Trying to think in the game last week between West and Central, I think West won that.
West won that game, if I remember correctly. That was the Armed Forces game.
All right.
The military honoring up in Traverse City.
Right. Colin Johnson is stopped for a little gain there. Now, it seems like the defense for Godwin Heights has made some adjustments, Dan, in this half.
Yeah, they've bottled up the inside of that right now as they've been much closer to the line of scrimmage, especially those two interior linebackers. And the Vikings have to read that and adjust their offensive plan. And maybe that's a little bit more of a little bit Baker throwing the ball right here. We'll see here with 3rd and 7.
Those extra point kicks by Libby are looming big right now because an 8-point touchdown does not tie it. Baker this time will take it out wide to the right. Flag in the background. It could be holding. He gains about 5.
I'm going to guess that was a hold on the Vikings right there. It was certainly thrown before the tackle was made, so that would lead us to believe that.
It's would be 3rd and 7, but the referees are talking over to the to 55 to Jaquan Johnson, seeing what they want to do.
While they're doing that, how about a major big thank you to Cadillac Castings, our presenting sponsor, and our other sponsors, Cadillac Tire, LC Materials, Doug Glass, Pizza Plus, and Fox Motors of Cadillac. Their financial donations really help us bring this broadcast to you folks on a chilly night if you're staying indoors to watch it tonight. Or later this weekend when you catch it on Charter Cable Channel 13, or anytime you're online and you want to just catch an old game, you can get that streaming off your computer, go an HDMI cord to your TV, and you can watch it right on the big screen.
All right, the Vikings way back now. It's 3rd and 20. Back to passes. Baker. Screen pass.
Well set up.
Here comes Colin Johnson,
wrapped
up. Beautiful tackle by Marshawn Neeland, and also number 11, that's Terrence Moore. They read that well.
Yeah, and a missed block in there on Terrence Moore. They had an opportunity to get him bodied on into and give the Vikings a chance to read off of that, and then give credit to him as he did a fantastic job.
Boy, this could give the Wolverines some excellent field position, Dan, because Cole Flint's going to have to punt from his 5-yard line against the wind a little bit. Here's some pressure. Oh, almost blocked, and he gets off a nice punt. good bounce all the way to the 45, taken by Kalen Brown. Brown is down to the 30-yard line, and the Vikings, I think, did a nice job in coverage. So with 6:47 to go here in the third, it is 21-12. The Vikings with the lead, but the Wolverines are knocking at the door at the 30-yard line. Dan Gussert and Bill Dooley bringing you the action tonight on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Yeah, Godwin, great field position build at 34-yard line, and they're a quick strike away from being right back in the ball game.
And they've opened up their offense to the passing now. They got what little wind is there, it's behind them, so they've been very effective with the pass. And Xavier McDonald, he is really showing he's got a great arm. There's a swing pass, this time out to Kalen Brown. Brown is going to get some good yardage until he's backed up there by the Vikings. 22, I think that is Daniel Gray for the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. That is Daniel Gray, the sophomore. Good job.
7-yard gain, brings up second and just about maybe 3 to 5 yards. Maybe only 5 yards on that, Bill, now that I see how it's marked. I think 6.
They're giving the ball to their skill players on the swing pass and saying, hey, we'll give you the ball, you do the work.
Field with their skill and speed, absolutely.
So we've got Kalen Brown split out to the right with Trips to the left, and we've got Clark in the backfield. Is he looking for Clark on the swing pass? Oh, and that was a dangerous play because Isaac Hyde read that one.
Isaac Hyde read that, but the speed of the players from Godwin Heights, you might be in position, but they're throwing it another 8 yards because they know their guy's going to get there before you.
Right.
And that's what we saw in the touchdown pass.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it was a nice defensive effort by the Vikings. They were in pretty decent position.
Yeah.
But, the last 4 strides of, I got to double check. I think that was DeMonte Clark.
Yep.
And he's by us.
Right. So we have a 3rd and 4. This is probably 4 down territory, I would imagine. And Clark, that's number 20, Jaden Ivey, also with the backfield. It looked like a reverse, but keeping it and getting the first down is Xavier McDonald.
That's a great read on his part. I think it was probably Barczewski out there, maybe the outside end. I can't think of who that is for the Vikings. That kind of blew up what looked like the reverse coming.
Mm-hmm.
And he read that and took it inside and got the first down.
Yeah, good athletic ability there by Xavier to get it all on his own pretty much. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Now the Wolverines have been starting to shift the momentum back into their direction. Xavier with also Ivy in the backfield.
Low snap, really grabbed up nicely on that.
Throwing up for Kalen Brown. We've got an interference call. That one was an easy call there against Daniel Gray.
Yep, but that's all right. I mean, in the NFL, that's first down on the 1. In high school, that is just a 10-yard, I think a 10-yard penalty, maybe 15.
It's 10.
But,
it is 10.
It's still a penalty, but it's not as rough a one as it is in the NFL. And if you're beat, as a defensive back was there, and then your next option is to do exactly what you did there.
So they're going to bring it down to just inside the 10-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Wolverines. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Plenty of time left in the game, and we've got a 9-point difference. The Vikings are up by 9 points.
This third quarter with only a little more than 5 minutes to go has been really dominated by the boys from Godwin Heights. They've really taken it to Cadillac. Cadillac needs to do what they can on this drive and then take a deep breath and get back into the game that they had going in the first half.
4 receivers split out for the Wolverines. Xavier looking to the right. There's a bullet there, up and just out of the hands of Kalen Brown. Defended well there by Daniel Gray.
And Daniel Gray giving up probably 4 to 5 inches on that. The pass was up there really well, but Gray's got good ups, and he was able to break that up.
really impressed with Savion and just the ball, a tight spiral he throws. So it's going to be second down and goal from the 10-yard line. They cannot get a first down here, I don't believe.
If you're just joining us here tonight, the game pregame tonight was honor the veterans of the Cadillac area. Done
back
by,
to pass and pushed. There's another pass interference by the Vikings. And that was 23. The intended receiver was Jamichael Lewis. Sorry, Dan, about that.
That's all right. It was just a great pre-game showing here. The weather wasn't great as the rains had kind of just come through, kind of kept a few people away. But nice job by the community here in Cadillac to recognize folks that have made that commitment to be in the armed services. We got to see both teams come over and honor those folks with some handshakes. It was really well done.
Yep. And once again, Dan and I just send our thanks out there to all the men and women that have served, are currently serving all around the world. Just appreciate it so much for the freedoms that we have.
So 2 penalties in the Viking end zone here on pass interference calls in the last minute or so. And it's second and goal from the 5.
There's a pitch out to the right, and Clark is stacked up right at the goal line. I thought he was going to make it in with the speed he had going.
He's about a yard short. Looks like, if I'm seeing the line judge on the far side mark that.
So third and about 1, maybe a long 1. Yeah, 3rd and 2 actually.
Yeah.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. There's a big play right now. The Vikings would be very happy to not give up any points or to make Godwin Heights try and kick a field goal.
Yeah, I was going to field. Okay.
It goes right up the middle.
A keeper by Clark, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yep. Hadn't seen that, I don't think, run all day long straight up the middle like
right.
that. That's a great call.
Yes, Deontay Clark scampers in on a 2-yard run with 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. And Deontay had the long touchdown pass and now the run, so he's been a big weapon for the Fighting Wolverines. 21-18, a 3-point game right now.
And they are going to go for 2 again, down by 3.
Yep. And we've got Clark in the backfield. Clark with the pass over the middle, up and taking it in. Oh, no, drop.
Yeah, they're
going to give it to him. Okay.
No, who caught that, Bill?
Yeah, that was number 13 or 12, Dan. Let's see if we can get a number. Oh, man. Was that 17 Nealand? I want to say that was Marshawn Nealand.
It was 17, Marshawn Nealand. I just heard over the PA, Bill. And
okay.
I tell you what, I don't know if Marshawn plays basketball, but that was a heck of a rebound. He just climbed up to get that.
Yeah. And we weren't really expecting Clark to pass, but he put it right where he had to. Let his receiver go up and get it. So 21-20, we've got ourselves a ball game when, I think that Coach Brandon Kimball, when he took the boys in at halftime, Dan, whatever he said, whatever adjustments he made, boy, it is really working.
Yeah, they might have had a little bit of one of those, kind of conversations where it's all about pride here, boys. We're way better than what we showed.
But as far as stopping the run, I know that they've made stacked up
very good defensive adjustments there, yes. And offensively, they kind of got away from what they had been doing.
Yeah, they're passing.
And they got the ball out in the flats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've mixed it up with some swing passes, and they've also went deep a couple times, so they've got the Cadillac Viking defense, which they were stopping the run.
Is this Marcel Johnson or Edwin Daniels? I can't remember who
16
kicks it.
is Marcel Johnson.
And he gets a long run, sends it down the field.
And it's taken at the 10-yard line by Barszewski. Same type of run pattern as before. This time he's taken down at the 26. Do we have a fumble? Nope. Just,
I think that was a high foot in the air. It looked like a football, didn't it?
Okay.
Somebody just was kind of rolling backwards and their foot was way up in the air.
Now the Vikings need to at least chew up some yardage and a little bit of time on the clock because
And we saw that, early in the second quarter as Godwin Heights had just dominated offensively for a long period of time. Then the Vikings came out and marched right down the field. We'll see if they're able to do that here.
Vikings have 2 receivers split out. Give up the middle. Not much there at all, Dan.
Yeah, maybe 4 yards, maybe 3. That's not bad on first down.
Who
Certainly it wasn't the amount of yards you saw early in the game.
That was Colin Johnston again.
Yep.
Look at the rain blowing down by the lights there. It looks like, is that what I'm seeing?
You know what, Bill? I can't tell if that's rain or glare over there.
Okay,
There
it
are
looked like a
umbrellas up
mist.
here in the crowd, so I'm going to guess that's a
Yeah,
little
there's
rain.
a driving mist coming down right now. And right in from the northwest, so Vikings are going into the teeth of that wind. Keeping it is Tip Baker. He's got a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 5.
It's a big play. I think the Vikings need to pick up at least 1 or 2 first downs, get out of the shadow of their own zone.
Yeah.
Just kind of catch their second breath, if you will, here as Muskegon's come out of halftime. And I said Muskegon
Yes,
again,
you did.
Bill,
I was going to say.
as Wyoming's come out of halftime here and really put it to them.
So it is 3rd down and 5. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Looking to pass. Now Baker's got a little bit of space, but look at the speed by Marshawn Nealon to keep him from turning the corner. That was a good defensive play there.
That was a very good defensive play and a really a smart decision by Baker on that. He does pick up a couple of yards.
Where did they mark
to
it?
see what the Vikings do here because it's 4th and about 1.5 yards, which is makeable. I mean,
It's
this
makeable, but you don't want to hand the ball over right now to a team that's
it would not surprise me if the Vikings go for this. They've kind of been able to do what they want to get 1 yard or 2.
Mm-hmm.
You might see them just come up here and try and draw them off sides.
Yeah.
Which is never a bad thing. Take the 5-yard penalty and then punt.
Yep.
They go tight formation here, Bill.
4th and 2 is the actual call.
And they do go for it. And
I heard a
I tell you
whistle.
what, you saw number 10 right there, which was Jamonte Burrell. He blitzed. He was in the backfield as Baker started to take his first step. I don't know if he was in early, but if not, his timing was right on. Vikings might want to go.
The official
They're going to measure.
I think they gave him a favorable mark
Okay.
because the coaches weren't happy from
Yeah, I don't
from
think
Godwin
he's got it
Heights.
from our side.
No, but I think they have to just it may be something a coach requested just to see and maybe give the defense a little breather too because they know they're
Yeah.
going to be coming right back on D here.
Well, yeah, he's a good yard short, I'd say, Bill. Okay.
He's short. So it's going to be Wyoming, Godwin Heights. The Wolverines are going to take over, and they're only down by 1. They've got a short field with 35 yards to pay dirt. Boy, the momentum, the whole feel of the game has switched up here in the second half. You can just see the Wolverines. They're fired up.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
That's a big play right there.
I would have punted.
Yeah, I think I probably would have too. I like the idea of going to the line. I kind of expected maybe them to draw them off sides.
Right.
Sometimes, if you're the other team and you're expecting that, you're not really ready to get off the ball. But
Look at this formation here. Looking
Screen.
to pass. Xavier, it's dropped. Ooh, and you almost got a face mask there. That was Tip Baker coming in late, but it's just a 2nd down and 10.
you can see that screen developing up here. That's so easy for us to see. It's hard on the field for the players to see. Nice job by Tip Baker to read that.
Mm-hmm.
His assignment is that back coming out of
Yes.
the backfield, and he's where he needs to be.
Yep.
And Godwin Heights, they need to catch him and get him blocked because we saw that earlier in the game where it probably would have gone for a touchdown and they totally missed him.
Right. Well, Clark is the lone running back next to Xavier. Trips to the left. Xavier looks like he's going to pass. He had the trouble with it, and he's already up the middle. Makes a move, and they cannot bring him down. Finally, the Vikings will bring him down right near the 30-yard line.
I don't know if you were able to see that at home, but that snap was low and to his right, went behind his back. He kind of pinned it on his backside for a half a second before pulling it around and saying, all right, this play's broken. I'm going to just try and get what I can, and he did a great job doing it.
Yeah. He that was a loss staring him in the face, and he ended up making quite a bit of yardage. It's 3rd down and 5, so this is makeable now for them.
That's a great tackle in the open field on him by Cadillac's Tip Baker, I believe that was, because he is so shifty. He's got great feet.
I wouldn't be surprised if
our empty backfield here.
Xavier may take this one left. We'll see. Here's snap out of the shotgun. Now he looks right with the pass and threw it behind Clark.
Yeah, I don't know if Clark turned one way and he was expecting him to go the other or how that all worked out, but that's going to bring up 4th and 5. We'll see what they choose to do here.
I think it's a little bit out of field goal range, and 30-yard line. It's exactly 5 yards. Xavier gets the play from the sideline, and he'll relay that now to the troops. Cadillac's defense looks a little bit tired. They've been out there a lot this second half.
So they keep in the backfield this time number 20, which is that's Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey in for a blocker.
Yeah.
Looking over the middle. Long down the middle. He's got a man, and it is just overthrown. Number 23, Jamichael Lewis, was open, and he had 6 on his mind.
Viking defense comes up big time and stops the Fighting Wolverines.
Boy, they've
great
got
field position.
Yeah. It just seems like they've got speed wherever they go to. I mean, you've got Clark, you've got Brown, you've got Jamichael Williams. I mean, just you name it, there's boatloads of speed. But the Vikings now, they need to make a little statement here with their offense, get that line back. There's a give up the middle, and it's loss of a yard is right now defensively number 40. That was Jalen Reese. And also in on the play was number 63. That's Ruquan Buckley. That line is just firing off, Dan, and they're filling the gaps.
Oh, you can see again, number 10 right there, Jamonte Burrell. He is right up on the line of scrimmage, dancing around from his middle linebacker position.
Yep.
They're not back 4 yards like they were in the first half.
There's a pitch out wide and a 2-yard gain, and making the stop was Marshawn Neeland on Noah Cochran, number 20. And is he? That might be his first carry, right?
I think that
number
might
20.
be the first time we've seen him on a quick pitch out there.
Now 3rd and long for the Vikings. They need something here.
I think what you're seeing Godwin Heights do is saying, all right, we're going to stop the middle of this field, and we're going to be one-on-one with you outside, and with our speed, we think we win that battle too.
We win that, yes.
They're all up close to the line of scrimmage again and up that middle.
A fake. Baker looking left. Wants to get that pass off and a little bit overthrown.
Oh.
And who was that? That was Green
right
intended.
Green, yeah.
So they will bring the punter on, Cole Flint. Is that 5 seconds or 52 seconds?
I was just looking at the clock myself, Bill. I think it's 5.2. I think it's 52.
Okay.
We'll know here in a few seconds, everybody.
So back to receive is going to be Kalen Brown, number 1, Brown is back there. Cole Flint gets the punt off, kind of flutters it right near midfield. Luckily.
Just missed Kalen Brown right there. And that was a 5.2, Bill, as we have hit the quarter mark.
Okay, then we're going to quickly take a break. You are watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. Dan and I will be right back with fourth quarter action.